Welcome everybody back to episode 9 of the Buds podcast. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the MLB. On Wednesday, me and Mort touched a little bit on it in the A&M and the AM, but a lot more things have come out since then. I believe the meeting with the players has happened, and the revenue share of what is going to be between the league and the players has come out. So we're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on a little bit of KBO because I know me and Mort are big fans of it. So touch on KBO and then
Biggest fan out there.
Yeah. So we're just going to touch on the meeting that they had with the players, what their new proposal is, where we could see the MLB going from there, and then at the end, touch on the baseball in America right now, which is KBO. So I think we're just going to – yeah, best league in America right now.
Go Giants.
Go Tigers.
We'll get there.
I got the Bears, baby.
We'll get there. Okay, so I believe on Wednesday afternoon, the MLB had the meeting with the players and or with like the Players Association reps, and they came out that it would be a 50-50 revenue share, which is already cutting down their salaries more. Do you guys agree with that, or do you think the owner should be taking less in the revenue share there?
I mean, they should probably take less just to make everybody happy, but like I don't really care since I'm not a player. I didn't think that much about it until like now that it's like almost 80% since they already agreed on that spring training stuff, but
yeah, they had already agreed on I believe it was a 30% around spring.
Like that.
Yeah, it was 30%, and now they're cutting it down to 50. So the players are only getting roughly about 20% of their contract for this year, which a lot of players are getting mad about because with the MLB's new proposal, they're only going to be playing 82 games. But players are only going to be getting 20% of that contract for those 82 games.
I think it's bullshit.
It's going to be bad for players that have, like, cheap contracts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Half the minor leagues get paid, like,
80,000.
not even anything if you're in, like, AA or single A, and they won't be even playing. I don't think they'll be playing the actual.
No, they
I think
won't.
the minor leagues canceled.
I don't think
Yeah,
they're
they're gonna-
playing the minor leagues.
They're gonna expand rosters to 50. They're even talking about like 60.
Well,
But like you have a 50 on any given day, and there's a 10 player that like are on the roster, but they aren't like able to be used that game.
here's
So,
what I got right here.
Like they're
It's
in a developmental thing too.
Here's in the proposal: 30-man active rosters with 20-player taxi squad, which
Yeah,
I
that's it.
believe that's like
That's what I was
they
talking
can,
about.
if they need to interchange players like on the road, they can bring them like sit guys with the active roster. And I feel like those guys are going to be. It's going to be weird because at that point do you bring veterans in or do you let younger guys like your good farm players play?
I think it's depending on the team.
Yeah.
Like, teams that are not supposed to do good, they probably might just bring up all their prospects.
If it's a wash year, bring them all up. I
like the
saw this is now or never Casey Mize. I feel like it's now or never Riley Green. That's not going to happen.
Riley Green.
I hope the Jays play Nate Pearson.
It's now or never Matt Manning and Casey Mize for sure.
Tigers about to steal the division.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the
The
Central
Tigers-
could be up for grabs.
The Central,
Oh.
it's going to be an interesting division, but the Twins are going to come out.
Yeah, that's a pause. Twins are out.
The Twins
I
are
mean,
going to come
the
out.
Cardinals are there.
will
though,
they ever be
too, and
normal
others,
divisions?
So
Oh, well, yeah, because the divisions are going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
Cardinals are there and a few others. So I don't know.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Is it like East, Central, and West?
Mhm.
Yeah, we're cut into the 3 divisions. So, and it's going to be a 14-team postseason with games played in home cities in October. So we could see snow. Now that I'm thinking, we could see a couple snow games.
Yeah,
They would cry about it, and
Depending on the
ESPN would throw a
team.
fit, but
I don't think
Oh, yeah.
so. Wait, are they playing in home stadiums?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Postseason games will be played in home cities in October.
Will there even be fans by then, though?
No.
No. That's why I
Could
think
be.
they're. That's why.
There's definitely gonna be no fans.
I feel like there may be fans, but not like the full like capacity.
I mean, I
Yeah,
saw
because
in
every game would be a
Florida,
sellout instantly if everybody could go back.
Yeah.
Florida had a law. I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, that allowed sporting events to fill to 25% capacity with fans.
Well, yeah, I know
Me-
Florida's mayor is really, or Florida's governor is really welcoming for pro sports to come to Florida. Like he wants these leagues to choose Florida over Nevada and Arizona.
He's kind of going crazy opening the beaches and everything. Like, Florida might be the place to be.
He doesn't give a shit. That's the problem.
Because-
that is a problem.
he doesn't
because
give a shit if people die. That's the problem.
Hey,
Well,
it can make your state money. People can actually go out and do stuff.
Because I posted on our Instagram, but Arizona, I may have, but Arizona on Monday is basically opening up so all pro sports can return to Arizona as well, which gives the opportunity for baseball, even though they say all games will be played at their home stadiums no matter what. So, yeah, because right here, the 82 game is a regional schedule. So they're only going to be playing teams in their respective like divisions that they're split up into now, which I like. It's definitely going to be different. You're going to see a new dynamic to the game. I feel as though you're going to see teams match up against each other that you really don't get an opportunity to see long series against.
I mean, that East combining the American League East and National League East, those are usually the better team or better divisions. That's gonna be kind of crazy if they did that.
Yeah.
That'll be the
just
most
wanna watch-
competitive one.
Yeah, 100%.
I
think
just want
we
to
said-
watch a damn baseball game. That's the only thing I want to watch. I don't give a
KBO.
shit about the divisions.
KBO,
Yeah.
Ben, you gotta look into KBO.
I mean, I watched the KBO at like 3 o'clock a few nights ago. It was great.
Is that
Yeah,
our
they
next
are.
topic, the KBO League?
Well, no, I want to
mean,
touch. I want to
That's
touch
for
a little
that's
bit
for the
more-
end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna touch on that at the end.
I haven't even watched that yet. Like, I don't like.
How
We're gonna touch
dare
on
you?
KBO at the end because I think it was today or he did it. He said it last night, but Blake Snell, he's very upset about the
Said it
revenue
last night
split.
on stream.
Yeah, so it was, okay. So it was last night on stream. He's very upset about it. He said either he wants more money or he's not risking playing this year because he said if he's only getting his contract, I saw it today on a video, his contract is $7 million with almost 70-80% taken off of that. He's only going to make around $900,000, which is a lot to us, but to him, it's
Nothing.
it's
Well, I
pennies,
mean,
basically.
he signed a contract that promised him money, as a certain amount of money every year.
So he's expecting to get that. I mean,
He'll
we
still
are
get it.
We
He'll still
are
get it
in,
eventually.
but it's going to be backloaded at this point now. And who knows? He could blow out his arm and his career could be
Yeah.
over. If he goes out this year, his arm could blow out and he could just be his career could be over, and they don't.
He's
have
still
to
got
pay
that
him.
rest of that contract no matter what because it's guaranteed.
You're right.
It could happen
Yeah,
any
but-
season where he could get hurt. He's still going to get the money.
But also, I mean,
But
I
I
wouldn't go out for if I was promised. I think he's promised like $7 million.
$7 million. Yeah, it
this
was
year.
$7 million.
Like, okay, if it goes down to $3.5 million, like, you know, that's still good. But with the 30% added on to it, 900,000. I mean, I wouldn't do it. If I was in this
I wouldn't
position, I
either.
wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I think just keep what you had at spring training. They were fine with the spring
Yeah.
training thing. Just keep it at that because
Yeah,
you're going to get the money back. The owners are going to get their money back. I saw that they said that I don't know if it was all of them combined or each owner was going to lose $1 billion this year.
I saw
So-
the league together was going to lose $3 billion.
Yeah,
The
so
league
it
all in
was something
itself.
close to that. So like they'll get a lot of it back from TV this year.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
wanted to watch
TV's
it. So
TV is going
rates
to
will be
go
through the-
crazy
through the
this year.
roof.
I don't know what the problem is. And then they can get with MLB at bat because that's going to go crazy too. Everybody's going to be buying that. So
They might make it
I don't-
free.
they'll make a lot
Yeah, I
of
can
money,
see
and
them.
then when people
They could
can go to
discount it.
games again, they'll be
Yeah.
making a lot of money back right then too because everybody will be wanting to go there.
I mean, I think that some sport just needs to put live games on. An American league just needs to put on live games on right now, and tons of people would watch. It wouldn't be even close. Like millions of people. Like baseball would have probably its highest numbers in 30 years if they put it on there.
Probably, yeah. Because I mean, you can go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, so I just want to go ahead. While we were actually talking about this whole Blake Snell thing, I got a notification on my phone about Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper commented on Blake Snell's MLB salary comments, and he said he's speaking the truth. He said Bryce said he agrees.
A lot of players are not liking this second offer that the I think they like the proposal of the 82 games, the rosters, the DH. I think a lot of players are liking that.
Yeah, they like all that.
It's when because I think the MLB even came at them. The last thing they said was the 50-50 revenue split, and that's where players were just like, no. And it's honestly causing a big problem that we might not even have baseball at this point, because MLB is, I think they're dead set on this 50-50 that they want this split, because owners are so
let them keep the money. You'll actually get games. Everybody will be happy. You won't have to restructure contracts and be good with everybody again. Just let them have it, I guess.
I mean, it's not.
I know it's not my money, but
it's not like the MLB is going to go out of business if for a year they go into debt. Probably, I don't know the MLB's exact amount on how much they make every year, but I'm pretty sure that they make a profit every year. I mean, losing money one year, it's not going to put these billionaire owners out of business. They'll be fine.
It's partly kind of some of the owners' faults that they're even mad about the money, because the players could be making so much more money off of brands and everything else if they were put in the position, how you can't post somebody's highlights on YouTube or something without it being copyright claimed and stuff. You can't you can't involve a player in something from baseball. Baseball is the only one that does it, where they want all the rights, all everything, so the players don't get anything from it. You would see they're not marketed enough.
So I just looked it up. Major League Baseball in 2019, their revenue for the season hit a record $10.7 billion. So they would be losing 30%, because it came out that they'll lose about $3 billion this year. They would only be losing about 30%.
Yeah.
Of what they
and if you're Chris Ilitch, you just sell some pizzas and you're back to business, or you're back to business.
The thing is, most owners, you don't buy a team randomly and that's your only source of income. These owners have other sources of income that are probably still doing fine in the coronavirus world. So I don't see them saying, "Oh, we need the money to keep the MLB afloat." No, you don't. Just pay the players the money. Like
Mort was saying, just go back to what it was before. Go back to the spring training deal. The players liked that. The players weren't mad about it. They were ready to move ahead with it.
Which at this point, if they're this mad, I don't know if they even are willing to take that spring training deal again.
No, I think they are still willing to take the spring training deal, because it was only 30%. It was 33%. They weren't mad about that. It was only going to cut players' salaries down, not that much. It probably would have cut down. The main guy that's complaining, of Blake Snell, probably would have taken about $3 million off of it, maybe a little bit more. It probably would have been cut down $4 million a year.
Yeah, because that's his problem too. He said that he was okay with the first one, but then when you start adding on the other percentages, and then on top of it, you're getting taxed too. That's where he was really mad, because you're already getting taxed as it is, and then you're losing even more, and then you're still being taxed.
I think
that's why a lot of them are mad.
Yeah,
I think the MLB just came out with that. They were kind of just hey, we pushed them one time, can we push them again? So I think they'll.
If star players are complaining about it, then you can't do it.
Yeah, they'll and MLB, they're one of the worst commission leagues in sports. They don't have control of their players. They don't have control of their players. They don't have control of their league.
Rob Manfred's terrible. The rules that he does and everything. He's
horrible.
There.
He's not.
He thinks of these stupid ideas and tries to pass them like anybody likes them. No, Rob, keep them in your head. Nobody cares about you.
I don't
mean,
understand it.
the thing with like the MLB is that it blows my mind that in a sport that like split second calls, like things that happen in just a few seconds, and they didn't have instant replay till like 2014. That's
I think
I think a
we,
lot of it was they didn't have the technology or they didn't have people wanting to do it.
But see, that's the problem. You need to move forward. If you want to be a good league, you want to be known worldwide, you need to be innovative. You need to try to advance your game.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
the NFL
Robbie
had-
boy.
The NFL had instant replay in 1998. Okay,
Yeah.
so the MLB had the technology in the entirety of the 2000s to do it.
And it could have changed the impact of the league if they could have had.
I mean, they
instant
did kind of
replay.
have replays. They had the replay on home runs, but that was it.
And
Yeah.
okay, yes.
They didn't
Why
have,
can't
like,
they
plays.
implement that into base calls?
How many
Like,
'Cause the
times did they
umpires
use that
didn't
home
want to
run
swallow their
rule?
pride. The
Yeah.
home runs.
The
The
umpires didn't
umpires
wanna-
didn't want to swallow their pride.
Umpires
I've never
are
seen
too
a-
goddamn full of themselves to go back on
They
the
got the
call
sa-
they made.
They got the
Yeah.
same umpires nowadays that they've had since 2002. Like I've been watching these Tigers games that they've been showing from 2006, and the whole World Series umpiring staff from the other day still umpire the World Series every year today.
It's also the fact that people don't want to come in because they know how ridiculed umpires get. So they're like, we don't want to come in. So they just have the same old guys doing it and making the wrong calls every year and pissing people off.
Umpires are like the worst officials in sports.
Yeah, they're the worst officials because they like challenge the players. Like I've seen times where the umpires will go after the players. Like that doesn't make sense.
Baseball is the only place where you can get up in a league official's face
Yeah.
and argue
They're
with him
they're
But-
there
and
just
then
for
still
them.
get thrown out.
If you
Yeah,
make
they're
an
there
to
to
have
umpire
the
have
lead on
mad,
them.
They don't care.
they're gonna call against you.
Even if you're making a genuine point, say a guy was clearly safe at home and your manager going out there and making a genuine point, like he was safe, you're going to get thrown out just because you're going against what that umpire said. Basically, you're basically that umpire has God powers when he's out there. Like he can decide how the game goes, how he wants it to go.
I don't know why they have old umpires. Like they need to have younger ones.
I think they're trying to, but it's hard. Like I said, it's hard to get guys in there that
Or will they actually get those robot umps or whatever?
I feel like the Japanese league has that or something.
Yeah, I think one of those leagues do. I don't know if that would even work. I feel like that would glitch.
I think they have them for bases, but they're still not doing them for the plate, which doesn't make sense. I
feel
don't
like
think
they're
they ever
trying
want
it
to take them
in,
out of home
the
plate.
minor leagues. I feel like they're trying it in the minor leagues this year for behind home plate.
I don't think they're ever
There
going
won't
to
be
because you
one
still
now.
need somebody to stand there. So like you're still paying an umpire to stand there with the camera on them. So what's the point?
True, yeah, because you need someone to call you. Yeah, you're not going to have someone to be able to call homers or out or safe at home base.
The guy's just sitting there standing over the umpire. I mean the catcher's back with the camera on his face. Just have a computer call a strike for him. So he could just be sleeping, standing there.
I mean,
So
usually
another
they're doing
thing
Yeah.
another thing I wanted to ask about: how do you guys feel about the universal DH?
I mean,
Because
I think
I-
pitchers hitting are
wait.
stupid.
I personally
boring.
think the universal DH should have been implemented a while ago.
I think it should have been implemented. Yeah, like it's stupid that people.
I really
are like,
think that
pitchers should hit because they are baseball players too. It's like no, it's
Yeah, like,
boring
I don't get
and
why
we
the
don't
National League had to be different from the American League.
exactly. If you're
Yeah.
gonna pick one thing, why can't they both just be the same? It makes no sense because now like you got pitchers who want to hit going to the AL, pitchers who, oh no, I mean the opposite way, pitchers who don't want to hit go to the. It's like why?
It's like
And-
imagine in the NFL if
sense
they
to me.
said, "Hey, Tom Brady, okay, you're in the AFC, you don't have to play middle linebacker, but if you go to NFC, you have to play both sides of the ball and you have to play middle linebacker." Who would do that?
See, we talked
That-
about it on Wednesday a little bit about like just the boomers being the one that have an issue with it.
Exactly.
I kind of side with the booms. I still kind of liked it, but not. I mean, it's still long overdue. Like
See,
I just liked
It's
that.
just
That's
pointless of a pitcher
I mean-
having a hit.
yeah, it
No,
is. It
I
is.
think-
But I just kind of liked it. That's how they separated it. But like now it's kind of overdue. It's like whatever. Just let them have it.
I think
okay.
I just always
one or
liked
the
that.
other. I think it should be one or the. I think
I always liked that the
Split.
gamesmanship. I guess is that it took more thinking in a National League game than an American League game.
See, I like it for two factors. One, for the tradition of it. It's been DH or pitchers hitting for a long while. I think forever, basically. I don't know when it switched to one in the AL, one in the NL. But for the other reason, I feel like if I'm paying a pitcher, I'm paying him to pitch for me. I'm not paying for him to hit for me and possibly get hurt by getting hit by a pitch or something like that. I'm paying him to strictly pitch for me and be my ace. I don't want him to throw him out there and for him to someone beam him in his throwing arm and he tears a muscle or something.
You can even get hurt
I mean, I know-
swinging and missing at a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's stupid because, like, baseball has the notorious, like, stereotype that it's long and it's boring. And
Yeah.
if you have a pitcher that comes up and everyone's like, well, I guess I'll go take a piss because the pitcher's up and he's automatically going to be out. So then they just leave. I wouldn't watch if I need to take a piss, I wouldn't be like, okay, we gotta wait. We're gonna watch, see if this pitcher can hit at something. No, he can't. He can't even hit.
Hey, I mean, some of them are fun to watch though. Like Zach Greinke was,
Or
Kershaw.
Bumgarner.
Well, not Kershaw, but Bumgarner.
Syndergaard.
But
Yeah.
even
Right.
those
Sure.
pitchers, like most pitchers hit below 200.
Yeah, but
Bartolo
when a
usually
pitcher's
just
taking
bunts.
another
Yeah, that was
pitcher deep, when another pitcher's taking a pitcher deep, like Bartolo did, or Greinke did, or Bumgarner did it last year on opening day twice, I think. Like it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, some of them are. Some
I
of them
mean,
are decent,
Daniel
but, like, a lot of
Norris
them
once hit a
are-
grand
don't-
slam.
can't hit.
Yo,
Daniel
well,
Norris had a
see,
grand slam
yeah,
against the
like-
Cubs. That's the best thing he's ever done in the major leagues.
Should become a
I
hitter.
agree with it for the fact of it brings great moments. Like the Bartolo moment, that's one of the greatest moments. That will go down as one of the greatest moments in MLB history, him hitting that home run. But at the same fact
Yeah,
of
or-
you throw some pitchers out there, they're just going to whiff on the ball, and it's just going to be an easy out.
Well, no, the only reason that the Bartolo moment is so good is first, he's big. And second,
It's just
in like
Bartolo.
the 300 plate appearances he had before it, his helmet always fell off and he always carried the bat to first base. That's the
Bartolo's
only
one of
reason
a
people cared
kind.
about it.
yeah, no, like I'm. If he was a skinny guy, it wouldn't have been like iconic, and that's just
Yeah.
facts. It's just because like there's
He is a big boy.
there's no pitchers his size. You know, like there's not many his size.
And it took him like
There's no
20
players his
years.
size.
It took
Yeah.
him like 20 years
I
being
think it took
in the
37
league.
seconds. 37 seconds to trot the bases.
Yeah, and it took him 20 years in the league to get his first home run, which is just like that's something you don't see. That 20 years for someone to get their first home run in the major leagues baseball and playing like at high level.
Whoever that
The whole
pitcher
time.
was was made
Think
fun
it was-
of for like months
think-
after that.
I think it was James
Oh.
Shields.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Probably.
It might
Yeah,
have been
what is it?
Shields because it was against the Padres. You might be right.
Yeah, and Shields was already falling off by
I
then.
mean,
so
he
it
was
probably
irrelevant
didn't
at that
affect him.
time, so
Yeah, it
Yeah.
probably didn't affect him too much. But another thing this DH is going to bring. So if it is to continue forward, and this is the new regular for us, that you're just going to have DH in both leagues, players, they're going to be a lot of reconstruction of players' contracts because you're going to get a lot of players in the NL that are going to want more money because now they're not just a bench player, they're a DH. And you've seen it a lot in the AL that DH is like David Ortiz, Miggy's a DH now. Yeah, a lot of these players, they get better contracts by being DHs. So you're going to see – you could see like Jock Peterson. I don't know if he's a starter for the Dodgers anymore, but
Well, he almost
could be
got
their-
traded, so no. They were saying that he would be probably a DH for them.
Yeah, so you're going to see him possibly getting a bigger contract now because he's going to be their DH.
And he's
Which
going
I
to be a free agent.
Yeah, which adds a whole different level to this, adding the DH in. You're going to see a lot bigger contract for lower level players that have a bat on them, basically.
And Bartolo's home run was off of James Shields, so Ben was right. But
No,
I just
good
wanted to
job,
put that in
Ben.
there.
Or James
Yeah.
Shields.
I mean, he was, like we said, he was irrelevant by then. So now I think for the main reason we're all here, talk about the KBO.
There's not much to talk about. I feel like about
Best
it. It's
league
just,
in the planet.
It's
I
the
mean,
only
me and-
sport is getting so much
it's
attention.
just there.
Me and Mort talked about it on Wednesday's show. We got really into it. I'm still with Jose Fernandez as my early MVP candidate, and just to make it known, I'm hopping on the Doosan Bears train. They're my
I thought you
team.
said on Wednesday it was the Dinos.
No.
You know,
No.
after
The
some stats,
Doosan Bears are a different breed.
yeah, after looking into these stats, the Doosan Bears are something else. They have
I heard the
best
Twins have a
hitting-
lot of fans.
The Twins in the KBO or Twins in real
Twins?
life? Or Twins in MLB?
Not the Twins in the major leagues. Nobody cares about them. The Twins in the KBO.
That's a bullet.
I heard that they're
Like-
one of the up and coming teams that people are fanning.
Like the Doosan Bears
No,
have
but
an underrated player in Kim Jae-won.
Yeah, like,
Is he the
Your
one
name
that has the
is
most home
Jaewon,
runs?
You're just next level
Yeah,
different.
yeah, he's got 4 home
Hey,
runs,
okay,
tied
yeah.
for first, and he's first in RBIs.
Dude.
Yeah, but my boy Jose Fernandez over here. He's got a 500
Yeah.
batting average.
He's the
He's got-
contact hitter.
He's got 10 runs. He has 17 hits, and he has a 541 on base percentage. He is just tearing it up.
I mean,
he's
but Dixon
leading-
Machado's playing gold glove defense while also being an MVP. He's kind of got it all right now.
Is he playing Gold Glove defense?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm
Let's-
sure he is.
can
I don't
we-
even have to see it to know.
I don't even think they have
Okay.
fielding stats for them. And as we were saying, Dixon Machado, he's getting paid $300,000 this year for his salary, which is pretty more than he probably ever got
He's
paid in the
doing
majors.
work too.
But
Yeah, man.
I don't
You hustle.
think they show fielding stats at all, which is, I mean, it's
Some
the
of
Korean
those guys
League.
over there are animals though on defense.
No, I saw
At
a
least-
couple. It was like a week ago. They had some top 10 plays. For
Yeah,
them.
I swear these guys like fill their gloves with pine tar. I've never seen an air. Well, I've seen one air of a first baseman overthrowing a second baseman, but like other than that, these guys
Dude.
catch everything. Like they combine pine tar with stickum in their gloves, and it's just over.
I gotta say, go Giants. Go Lotte
Yes,
Giants.
thank you. Go Giants.
Go
Go
Busan.
LJ
Busan.
LG Twins.
Go
I
do
mean,
something.
I guess I gotta hop on the Doosan Bears train.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
so we got
Doosan
Busan
Bears are.
is
Someone's
a
got to go back to the Dinos. You can't
fantastic
just leave the Dinos like that.
Yeah, you can't
I
just leave
mean,
Dinos like that. Come on.
I was looking at the Dinos. They don't have as good as a team as I thought they had.
I'm
One
on
thing I
Doosan
like
Bears
about the
train.
Yeah, but you got to
KBO.
stick with them. You can't jump ship.
One thing
Well,
I
I
like
mean-
about the KBO is that they got some goddamn balls. Like, every time somebody hits a home run and does a bat flip, not everybody on the internet is like, oh my God, he is disrespecting
Those
the
things
game.
are launched.
Yeah, like, you see, like, he hits a home run and he, like, javelins it into the front row. Like, that's a man with a big
Kim
set of
Jae-won
testicles.
probably has the best bat
Yeah,
flips.
no, it is always Kim Jae-won that always it's rockets on. I think
He's
he had
crazy.
I think he had a 3 home run game early on in the season.
Yeah, that Ramos guy that I talked about on Wednesday too, he hits tanks too.
I saw
Yeah.
one of his home runs. It just
What
like
about,
it
Aaron
squeaked over the
Altair?
wall, but it was a hard to hit ball.
Altair's still doo-doo.
Really?
He hit a home run. He hit a home run.
I saw he hit that like 3-run shot and then he dived that.
He probably
Basically.
hits like he did in the majors. It's like
That's
150.
so sad though. I mean, I'm not giving any disrespect, but obviously the competition is not as good as MLB. Like, that's obvious.
Well, I mean, I think the
No,
pitchers-
no,
when you're going
no,
against
no.
Warwick Suppold every fifth day, like
I mean, there's some
Well,
crazy
no,
pitchers.
I haven't heard anything about Warwick in a while.
Nick said he's third in ERA.
Yeah. He has
Oh,
like
yeah, he
a
is.
1.3 ERA.
1.2
Dang,
ERA.
Warwick.
yeah, but your version of like Dixon Machado, like
He's played 2 games. He's had
And
1
Dixon's the
complete
MVP
game.
race.
yeah, but I think Jose Fernandez is gonna win it.
Just because
Can we
his
just
name's
talk-
Jose
can we just
Fernandez.
Bring this man up. He's on the Dinos. Can we bring up how dominant Chang Mo-ku is? I
And
mean,
Chang
Okay.
Mo-ku.
that's the best way to go out.
Like
Actually,
0 ERA,
yeah.
18 strikeouts. That's amazing. That's
Actually,
amazing.
Joe, the Doosan Bears have a former Mets pitcher, I think, Chris Flexen.
Yes.
So that's why.
Yep. I'm a
He
Doosan
got 2
Bears then.
wins.
Yep. It's
And
Doosan
he's
Bears.
their ace. He's going up crazy right now.
Really?
I think we're coming up to our time though where we got ended off.
Mhm.
If you guys want
Yeah.
more KBO, put it on the comments. I know me and Mort will be talking about it on Wednesday, like we normally do. Have our weekly KBO update.
We might have to skip a week. We'll have to see if we have time.
Yeah, we might have to skip a week. We'll get to that on Monday though. We'll talk about what's going to be going on Wednesday.
Yeah. Wait.
And right now we got just to end off for the KBO. The NC Dinos are 7-1. The Lotte Giants are 6-2, and
Giants.
my Doosan Bears are 5-3. So we'll talk about it next week. We'll see where these teams go. And I think that's all we got. We'll see you guys on Monday.